What up, space fans? Just hanging out at the farm down by the pond. It's Memorial Day weekend. This is actually the first time I've gotten out to camp this whole year. It's been too wet, or I've been busy doing other things. Just hasn't worked out this year. But I'm enjoying it tonight. It's about 64 degrees last time I checked. About 10:30 at night. Sitting by the fire, staring up at the sky. It's a clear night, but with all the light pollution from the town slowly expanding, urban sprawl, it's getting harder and harder to see stars out here at the farm, which is sad. I wanted to get out here first weekend in May. There's a meteor shower that was at its peak that weekend. But I just didn't make it out here. It's been getting harder and harder to watch them, though, out here because of all that light pollution. I really enjoy watching the meteor showers, too. But I'll catch the next really big one that I always usually catch is the one in August. I know there's one in July, too, but so yeah, just staring up at the stars, admiring their beauty. Got me thinking about, some other beautiful things I've seen out in nature and weird things, Tonight, it's a little early in the season, but I did see a few lightning bugs, or fireflies as some people call them. We call them lightning bugs around here. We've had fewer and fewer lightning bugs over, I'd say, the last decade. I don't know if that has to do with pesticides or what, But I really dig middle of summer, you just got lightning bugs everywhere. I remember one time, most amazing time I ever saw lightning bugs. I mean, we're used to them around here for the most part, but this was back a little before when my daughter was born. My daughter was born in 1995, so this probably would have been summer of '94, I'm thinking. We went out to a local strip mine that we weren't supposed to be at. It was private property, but we used to go there all the time, go swimming and whatnot, and just happened that night. The conditions were right for that year, and we just were out there at the right night. I mean, there were literally millions of lightning bugs just flashing, all over the place. It was the most incredible, insane, sight. I mean, that was back when there were a lot of lightning bugs anyway, but this was more than I had ever seen ever, and just a symphony of light. I haven't seen anything like that since. I had never seen it before, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. Tonight I just saw a few. Maybe later in the summer, if we have a bunch of them, I'll get some video of it. I didn't realize that not all places in the United States have lightning bugs. I just assumed they were all over, but I do remember Bruce from Nature Calls channel. He said they don't have lightning bugs, in Washington, near where he's from. So yeah, I just assumed that lightning bugs were ubiquitous all over North America. I can't imagine a summer without lightning bugs. So yeah, another thing I really enjoy about the outdoors, beautiful sights I see. And I know this is, it's an everyday occurrence, and it's kind of cliche to say this, but, sunrise and sunset, they're always beautiful, and, they're fleeting moments. You just gotta learn to sit back and enjoy them when you can. But yeah, just sunrises and sunsets are some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in nature. Another thing I find beautiful is the changing of the leaves in fall. I mean, it's a cyclical thing, again, just like the sunsets and sunrises, obviously, sunrises and sunsets happen every day, and every year, you've got the changing of the seasons, and all the seasons have, there's certain beautiful aspects to them, but something about the changing of the colors of the leaves and the leaves falling, I just find that beautiful. Fall has to be my favorite season for sure. Late summer, early fall. It's my favorite time to get out in nature. Tonight when I was coming down to the pond to set up, it was probably an hour before dusk. I was driving up in my vehicle and I scared up I think it was a buck. Didn't get a real good look at it, but big old deer. Must have been down here drinking from the pond, and it just took off, And that's another thing I love, about nature, is the animals, especially the mammals. Birds are awesome too. Reptiles don't seem to have all that much of a personality, same with amphibians. But definitely birds and mammals, they're fun to watch because they've got their own personalities. And you just gotta, sometimes, like I said, sit back and stay still, and you'll get to see those things, Squirrels are some of the funniest animals to watch, in my opinion. Squirrels just have such personalities. I'm reminded of the first time I ever heard the sound of baby raccoons. It's such a weird sound. It's a weird warbling sound. I mean, almost unnatural, and I just remember I heard that sound. I was like, what the heck is that? So I sought it out, find out what it was, and it turned out to be a mother raccoon, and her babies following along right behind her, on a little train. And yeah, the crazy, crazy sound they make, those baby raccoons. And squirrels, back to the squirrels. The barking squirrels, when you're in their territory and they start barking at you, it's so funny, you know. And some of the sounds, that the birds make, and obviously the frogs. Really some strange but beautiful sounds, Yeah, I really enjoy them. One thing I hate is the sound of traffic. Can you hear it in the background? I hate the encroachment of the city. Urban areas expanding out into the rural. But I'm trying to make this a positive video, so enough of that. I just stoked up the fire and threw some more fuel on it. And, that reminds me that fire in and of itself is a very beautiful thing, some people call it the first television. Yeah, and it's truly a force of nature. It can be harnessed, and be so beneficial, to man. You can cook with it, you can stay warm with it, you can boil your water and, make it safe to drink. But also it can be so destructive. But just fire itself is pretty beautiful to watch. Well, those are just a few of my thoughts on the beautiful and strange things I've seen in nature, and why I enjoy nature so much, and why I keep coming back out, and observing. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. Thank you for sticking around. Well, I'm going to get my billy pot there off the fire, have me some food, some dinner for the evening, and knock off, I hope I've inspired you to just sit back and observe, You never know what you'll see. So I guess that's it for this video, and as a wise man once said, stay safe and stay strange.